Take a look at your tweets before we start our interview. Arlon Mwangi says Minister Wario might be innocent in this fiasco in Rio, but it is his job to know what was going on within his docket. Wario must go. Dr. Masibo Lumala says, just when shall our sports officials be accountable? Shame on all NOC officials. Munyua says, how can we have more officials and athletes travel to Rio? I.e. shame. Okay, Gikonyo, our athletes got the medals, but no amount of medals can cover the stench of our corrupted ways. It's a shame. Everybody using that word, seemingly. Dada Power, such misappropriation of public funds and frustration of the athletes team should be punished thoroughly. And Kimathi, liincha, we hope the report by Wahiga Mora together with the kits recovered yesterday can be used as evidence against NOC, the Cabinet Secretary and the Principal Secretary. And Wesley Korir, who was one of the team captains for Team Kenya, also an MP for Cherengani, who participated in the marathon but didn't finish. Thank you for joining us tonight. Another tweet here, Patrice Wanjala, you'll talk about this as well. Why were people glorifying Kipchoge Keino, yet he's part of this mess? So first, I'll ask you, how bad was this?
Thank you so much, Hussein, for having me here today. First of all, let me take this opportunity to congratulate our athletes for their hard work, dedication, and persevering, and the way they did bring glory to this country during the Rio Olympics. I think as a team we achieved our goal. Our goal was to go there, redeem our country, have completely 100% clean athletes participating, and that's what we achieved, so we are thankful for that. When we come to the situation that we experienced in Rio, it was definitely what we have seen. Wahiga has done a very good job on exposing the difficulties we faced. It was really bad, to say the least. I think it's the worst experience I've ever experienced as an athlete myself. I've been competing for about 10 years, but I've never had such an experience in my life. Okay.
Lately, I mean, I think two days ago, you came last night, but I think 2 days or 1 day ago, you posted pictures on social media of where you were staying. What really happened? What happened then? Because you talked about living in a slum. That is where the athletes were living at the end of the Olympic Games. What happened? So
when the Olympic Village was closed, so there's a duration of time that you can stay in the Olympic Village. So all the other athletes from other countries had already left. So we were the only ones pretty much left in the Olympic Village. We were kicked out. We were told to leave the Olympic Village. We went at about 11 o'clock. We left the village. We went.
When was the village being closed?
On the same day.
On the same day.
On the same day when we left. We went to the village. I think it was about on the 23rd. We went to the bus. We started the bus from about 11 o'clock to about 4 o'clock. And when we asked, what are we doing there, they say we were waiting for the GIF, the machine to arrive. We didn't eat lunch.
That is Stephen Soy.
Stephen Soy. After about 4:30, the bus took off. So to us, we were told we are going to the village, to the hotel. So to me, I thought we were going to a hotel, a nice hotel. But to our surprise, we were taken to streets, and we arrived in pretty much a slum.
And you described, when you're talking about this, when you came, I think last night, you described Stephen Soy as the whole thing was a one-man show. Why? What did you mean by that? Did you try to reach him? Did you try to talk to him when all these things were going on?
I think when you talk about Stephen Soy, he's a guy that everybody fears the sound of the name. That's the biggest problem that we have. I think the cause of all these things is what I call a one-man show syndrome, whereby it's only him who knows everything. Like if you ask even his assistant, where are we going? I don't know. Where is the credentials? I don't know. Where is the key to the house? I don't know. Where is the shoe? I don't know. So everything they refer you to Soy, and nobody wants to go and talk to him. So everybody is literally afraid of him. So
did you try, for instance, and it's important to note to our viewers that we tried to call and to have Stephen Soy in studio tonight, but his lawyer told us he is not available. Did you try to reach Soy yourself as a captain?
Yes, we tried. We tried to reach him even when he came, because when we got to the slum area where we were supposed to stay, I told the athletes and officials, don't get out of the bus. They stay out in the bus until he comes himself and tells us this is really where we're supposed to stay. Let him come and confirm. When he came in there, he was told that Wesley has told the athletes not to go in. And he literally say, Yani kamutu bado kako. You know, nobody knew that I was still there.
Referring to you now?
Referring to me, that I was still in Brazil because everybody thought I left. When I tried to talk to him, I called him. I said, so can you please come here and address us? He got into a car and left. So he doesn't want to talk to
And this is the only time you tried to reach him? Because this problem didn't start during the last day you're talking about. Even prior, you didn't try to reach him.
I tried, I tried a lot. I even went to his office to try to talk to him. He's a guy that if you ask him something, he brushes you off. He tells you, don't teach me my job. It didn't even start when we were in Rio. It started when we were in the camp.
And you're saying he's the one who controls everything?
He's the one that controls everything. He's the one that will tell you, if you go ask anything, they will tell you, soy. So that's the biggest problem because nobody knows anything. If you go to the tickets, it's him. If you go to ask about finances, ask soy. If you go ask about the gear, ask soy.
Okay.
So this one-man syndrome is the cause of all the problems.
I'll come to what you propose as a solution, but there's been controversy about the kits that the athletes needed to have. We haven't really got a chance to ask any athlete, what did you have? So I want to ask you. The kits were being sponsored by Nike, I believe. What were you supposed to have as an athlete yourself? What did you have in your bag?
Well, what I had was, as an athlete, I had one top, one jacket, one wet, you know, for running with, one tight, one short, one short tight, two T-shirts, one long sleeve and one short sleeve, one hat, a white hat, one pair of shoes, one socks.
And that is what you need. You're supposed to have. Or there's more.
No. When we got this thing, I contacted Nike.
In Brazil.
No, when we were at home.
Before you left.
Before we left.
You talked to Nike.
I talked to Nike.
Oh, because you received this gear before the
we left.
Yes.
So when we received it, I knew definitely because, you know, I had seen my friends who were in America had sent me the pictures of what they got. So when they sent me these pictures, I was surprised. I was like, okay, we are sponsored by the same company.
Yes.
How is this fair whereby another country who is sponsored by the same company is getting
much more,
10 times more than what we're supposed to? So I contacted Nike and I asked them, what did you send? Is this what you sent? They told me, send us the list of what you received. I sent them the list. They were surprised. They were mad. It was because they sent me back the list of what we were supposed to get. And even myself, I was surprised. And that's when I raised the issue of where is our kit. I sent to athletes, I told them this is what everybody is supposed to get, but this is not what we're getting. Okay.
Was it right, do you think, for the Cabinet Secretary to disband NOC?
I think definitely we need to get rid of the people. I don't think disbanding NOC as a whole is a solution. Definitely we need to find a policy, a reason why these people have been staying there for so long. I think if you disband them, you send them home, but you have the same system that has allowed them to be there, still there, then you have a problem. The issue is we need to go back and see what has made these people, what are these broken laws, what are these things that makes these people being elected, and how do we change that? Change that first, and then now have new people running the system. And then also take away this issue of one-man show. Because you have somebody like Karen Dereba, right? She's there as a system, but she doesn't have a say, right? You have people like other people that, you know, are athletes, former athletes, but they are not given a chance to.
There's been talk about the constitution of NOC and how people are elected, and this is why we have problems, because these federations still find a way to put their people in NOC. So as part of the solution, there's been suggestion. Last time when we talked to Moses Tanui, the former athlete, he proposed the only way to go about this is to change that constitution completely.
Very true.
Is that one thing you...
That's the first thing, I think that's the... So if you look at my proposal, the first thing is completely overhaul the constitution of NOC. Even look at the constitution of the federations. If you look at even Athletics Kenya, go there, change that constitution completely. To clean up the sport, we need a new constitution that really matches with the constitution of Kenya 2010, whereby the stakeholders, when you look at the Constitution of Kenya, the Sports Act that we have, the key people in everything are the stakeholders of the federations. That is not what is happening right now. We have so many people. We need to have a very strong athletes commissions.
Right.
In this country, whereby the voice of the athletes are heard. Right now, what we have, another problem that I noticed saying when we were there, is the athletes are there to be seen, not to be heard. So you as an athlete, all you have to do is run.
You have no voice.
You have no voice.
Okay.
So how can we get the voice of the athletes to be heard?
What else are you proposing
I think
to do?
There's a proposal of even during the trials, how do we select a team? Because we have a problem of, of selection. Like, how do we select a good team to go represent us? My suggestion is take out the wild card. We have this issue of wild card whereby we're saying you can finish 6th, 7th, and you're brought to be in the team. Whereby the athletes, there is a way of gagging the athletes. The athletes have been gagged by the fact that if you talk, I have a key to your future. So the athletes are afraid of talking because if they talk and
you want to be selected
for the next one. So we need to get a system whereby we take away the wild card. The top 3 people finish the finish line, automatically they get into the team. We need a solution on how to get our marathon team, whereby we are not doing it, people don't see it as being a favor. You know, like when I was selected as one of the team to go represent Kenya in Rio, you find a lot of people were talking that I don't deserve to be there, and yet I ran Boston Marathon very well. So even as a person, when you're going to represent your country, you feel like because of the negativity that people have told you that you don't deserve to be there, it doesn't really give you the motivation of working hard. So if we have a system whereby we say, okay, these 2 marathons, or we have a marathon trial for our selection, so that we can be able to have everybody feeling that they deserve to be there, motivated to be there, and putting money where it is supposed to be. Right.
Any other thing you're doing as an MP, you're back, you're a lawmaker, that is the advantage you have as an athlete. Is there anything else that is major you're going to do? And bearing in mind, there were MPs in Rio. And you've actually talked about the issue of selection. I'll come back to a specific question to you on that. But there were MPs in Rio. What was their role? The chair of the Labour and Social Welfare Committee, David Were, when this was happening in Rio, you were standing side by side with him when he said that there's a lot of exaggeration of everything that is going on. You stood there and he said nothing at that time.
Because he was the chairman. And honestly, if you look, even I was
talking about your voice being.
I was standing there. I was standing there, and I was there because they came to visit me. And when they came to visit me, they went first to Soy. Soy went and gave them his own part of the story. So I don't blame them because they didn't really know the reality. And I even told them. After that, I told them, I am bringing you the reality. The deputy president was there, right?
Yes.
The Soy fed him with all the lies, right? It's not me, it is them. It is not me, it is the problem of the coach, right? So you find everybody blaming the coach that was sent home, and it is not his problem. So, and I told even the deputy president when he was there, I told him, it is not a bed of roses. I have the real report. I'm bringing it to you.
And you're going to
I'm going to take the report to the deputy president, to the president, and also to parliament.
Okay. And this just in, Pius Ochieng, who's National Olympics Committee, the disbanded one that is, second vice chair, is now being held at the Muthaiga police station. That is just in. Pius Ochieng, not second vice chair, is being held at Muthaiga police station. Now, you fought, I mean, you were very vocal, and this is the question I said I'll come back to, because you're saying in your proposals, one thing you want is to ensure the selection process is watertight, and the trials are above board. You are very vocal when you're talking about against Athletics Kenya, through the Professional Association of Athletics of Kenya. Many have said they were surprised with how you yourself were picked. I mean, with all due respect to how you went to perform in the marathon. And let's take a look at a tweet here. There's a tweet that actually asked that specific question that I was going to ask. That tweet by, if we can have it now. Yeah. That tweet by that guy, okay, K.E., says, kindly ask at Wesley Korir why and how he was selected while there were another 8 marathoners with better times. This is something you're just talking about now. This is why people are saying this thing is multifaceted, and there's a lot of doublespeak. Now you're also being questioned, and people are also saying there's doublespeak from you. This is why you participated in the marathon. Eliud Kipchoge participated in one, and who else? Kipsang, I believe.
Stanley Biwott.
Stanley Biwott, sorry, participated. Now, in the selection process, the last time you won, with due respect to you, and we're all happy with you as an athlete for Kenya, you won in Boston in 2012 at a time of 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 5:05 seconds. Now, Bernard Kipyego, who won the 2015 Amsterdam Marathon, and 2014, had a better time last year, 2 hours and 6 minutes. Again, Cyprian Kotut, who won this year's Paris Marathon, had a better time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, 11 seconds. How come they were not picked and you were picked?
It's a simple question. Look at also the history of my competition between me and Bernard Kipyego. How many times has he beat me, even as a member of parliament, right? So also look at my consistency as a runner. I have done well in hot conditions. I've done well. Even the last marathon I ran was Boston Marathon. There were so many good runners in that have better times than me. How many people beat me among the Kenyans? Right. So the thing is, I myself feel like I deserve to be there because of my consistency and because of.
You don't think it was unfair for those who had a better time than you lately? Look
at last year, you know, and when you think about the championship, like you know, marathon championship, you cannot only look at the times, because like look at World Championship, we took 2 world record holders, Kipsang and Kimeto. Okay. None of them finished the marathon because of the conditions. Okay. So, but also the thing is, people put so much doubt on selection. That's why I'm saying, and my proposal is, let's have a selection that everybody feels like they're worth being there. Okay. Like in marathon, we can either have marathon trials in Kenya, whereby all this money, like 200 million that is being used by these joyriders and everybody, why don't you put that into trials? Or use, say, 2 marathons, say Boston Marathon and London Marathon, which was really used this year to select the team, because I was in Boston. I was the first Kenyan in Boston. Kipchoge and Kimeto were first and second in Boston. Okay. You use that, and then you make it public and say, these are the marathons that we're going to pick the team. Okay. And then even put that. You also, as we wind up now, you're also very vocal against Athletics Kenya. Do you still have a problem with Athletics Kenya? And your final word on this? How soon action should be taken? Oh yeah, I think I have a problem, because as long as we still have the old constitution and we still have the same people from long time ago, something needs to be done. We need to change the constitution of AK. We need to have a strong athletes representative in AK. We need to have new people there with the new blood. We need to start from the top. We need to start from the ministry, change the ministry, have a good person that really thinks about the athletes and thinks about the welfare of the athletes. Let's give the athletes the voice to speak out. Okay. In the past, these problems we are facing right now, it is not just starting now. No, this has been a continuous problem for ages. When you talk about the gear, the Nike gear, since Nike became the sponsor, and I talk even to Cabriati, he told me since Nike became the sponsor of Kenya team, they have always have complaints of stuff disappearing. Right. This time that we have people now that can speak. Okay. And you know, when things happen, there's a reason. I believe that God had a reason for me being there. And being there to live the life that the athletes have been living, have been telling me. He has been like stories to me. Okay. But now, I have witnessed it. Okay. And has to end, and has to end now. Wesley Korir, who was the team captain for Team Kenya in the Rio Olympics, also Cherengani MP. Thank you so much for making time for us. Thank you so much. Tonight, keep talking to us. The tweet hashtag on Twitter is Fiasco in Rio. We're taking a short break. I need that break.